Hello, friends, and welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about journaling as transformative practice. And there are so many ways to journal, and so this is not like the one way to journal, of course. And if you have a way of journaling that works for you, then that's wonderful. Keep going. But if you are like me and the idea of journaling sometimes feels a little overwhelming, almost like it requires you to rehash everything that happened to you during the day, or that you have to get everything down on paper to kind of preserve it, then that can be something that's not life-giving. And yet I think journaling can be something that assists in helping energy to move and flow in our lives. And really, that is the point of transformative spiritual practices, to open up space and to allow that energy to flow. And so in spiritual direction, I often talk to directees about sort of picturing a proverbial table on which you lay things down. You lay down things that stand in your way, the things that feel stuck, the things that you feel attached to, but that may be sucking life out of you, or you just kind of can't let go of. Then you sort of have this imaginary table on which you begin to lay those things. It doesn't mean that you never pick them up again, but it's just a practice of release and allowing something new to emerge. And that can be really powerful. So your journal can be a similar tool. It can be like the proverbial table, only you're writing instead of just imagining and picturing. Either way can work really well. But here is something that I have found that works well to kind of get my day started and open me up and to allow that energy to begin to flow. And the first thing that I do is I just write the date. Can or cannot do that, it doesn't matter. And then I just write beauty or miracles, gifts, whatever it is that you want to call it. And you can just begin with one thing. What's one beautiful thing? What's one small miracle that you noticed happening in the last day? For me, on this particular day, I was thinking about vultures, and I was looking at a particular vulture in the sky, and I was thinking about that particular vulture's life and nest and eggs and just everything beautiful about that particular vulture. And I was walking my dog at the time, and I looked down and there was a vulture feather next to me, and I just felt this moment of beautiful connection with that particular bird flying in the air above me. And so I just wrote about that, just a few sentences. And I think this kind of sets a beautiful tone for your journaling, because it's a moment of gratitude, and yet it's also a note about the world we want to live in. And that's a great way to start. The second paragraph, you can just write the word release or table or letting go, those things that we want to let go of. And I really invite you to get as brave here as you possibly can, because the more you are able to release, the more flow you are going to allow in your life. And so, for example, some of the things I wrote down, and I just made a list. Today I released the need to be productive, the need to have it together, the need to be thin, the need to be seen, the need to fix anything I deem wrong with the world. I released reaction. So those are some pretty strong, attachments and conditionings that I wanted to release that day. And they might look different a different day, or you might notice a pattern over time. But this really helped me to just name and put them down, because naming is a really big part of this practice as well. And then the third paragraph is simply holding space, or you could write allowing or receiving, whatever it is that you want to name it. And I just wrote about the things that I wanted to hold space for: ancestral connections, the things that I'm hiding away, holding space for all the parts of me that are hidden, for more love to flow. And so these are just simple ways that you can kind of name, have gratitude, lay down and release, and then open up space for. And then just notice how that opens up things in you for the rest of the day, or experiences or observations. Notice how that affects your day and then come back and do it again tomorrow. And it just takes a few minutes, but it's a really powerful practice for strengthening the flow of spirit in our lives. So I hope that helps you.